Hello and welcome back to another breakdown of this match. Now this was a USPSA match indoors at a local club. I was a bit amped up, as you'll see in this first clip, first stage of the day. I dropped 8 mics and it just was not a good time. I apparently was not aiming or something. I was just pushing and trying to be as aggressive as possible, and well, I guess we forget to aim when we're trying to do stuff. But I did have some procedurals as well. I fired the entire second bank in box B, which is the second box you'll see me enter, with my right foot completely out of the box. Not sure how I missed that. And then when I went into box C, the final box, and it was strong hand only, those shots actually felt pretty good and I felt like I was seeing sights, but for some reason all 3 of those targets had no hits on them. So live and learn on that, but let's get into the first stage and we'll go from there. So here you see my right foot completely out of the box, and I just blazed through these 4 targets here, and I think I had some hits on this, not entirely sure. Absolutely super hosed this single-handed, and I probably should have slowed way down and made sure that my sight was returning every time. Again, live and learn. So there you have it. That's that stage, and we'll roll right into the second stage, which is actually a classifier, and I did fairly well in this classifier. I didn't really see much I could have done differently, other than I wasn't really transitioning on the bottom bank of targets with my legs per se, so I was kind of not, like you can see my arms are just moving rather than my lower body driving my upper body as a solid unit. After the reload, the upper 3 targets, I appear to be doing it the proper way, and I had 3 alpha and 9 charlies in the end on this one. I did not have any mics or no shoots, so that went pretty well. Reload could have been quicker, draw could have been a little quicker, but overall I feel like this one went pretty good, and it calculated out to about a C classification. So for my second classifier, not bad. The first one I ran was a B level, so I'm getting there, and I'm also using the SIG P320 in this match, and I've only shot that in a few matches so far. I'm still getting used to it, still adapting to what its intricacies are and everything that it does differently from the previous gun that I was running. So let's get into the classifier here.
Stand by.
And yes, that is Charlie Perez of Big Panda Performance. Big shout out to him. Super awesome guy. No pressure with him ROing at all, by the way. So overall, not a bad run there. The next run was in a completely different area, and it was set up where you'd basically run it forward, which is the way I'm running it here, from left to right and back to front. And then the second way is going to be, you're going to start up front and you're going to run it left to right as well, but it's just basically the reverse orders. This one I was a bit too amped up as well. Not quite sure what's going on, but when I went to the far section, there was a whole bank of targets that I missed. I think it was about 4 targets that I completely just skated past. I initiated a reload, and my plan initially was to reload and then turn to the right a little bit and take out the right bank. You can kind of see them there on the backside behind the barrels. What I ended up doing and what I had planned are 2 different things. I was a bit too amped up and I completely just went past the targets. Probably could have been a fairly decent run. I still think I had quite a few mics, but obviously missing targets doesn't help. So let's take a look at this run here. So right about here, I'm doing the reload. There's a wood post there just to my left, you'll see, and my plan was to stop there and turn to the right and take out the targets that I could reach on the other sides of the barrels, but I just blew right by it and just finished up the stage at the end there. And I'm sure I had some mics along the way as well. Again, I was just kind of blasting without really paying attention to my sights very much. To be quite honest, I did know I missed something as I was stopping the stage. I was like, okay, I missed something big. And then here they are telling me that I missed the entire bank there. So just goes to show you have a good plan and it can just go to pot real quick. So live and learn on that one. Now, what I did on the next stage was a little better. Now, here we are running at the reverse direction. And this run was a lot better. This was more a good demonstration of what I'm capable of for myself anyway. I went into this stage with the basic understanding that I had already pretty much tanked the match. The classifier went well, but aside from that, I was just like, hey, just go have fun, take your time, just shoot it, try to learn something from this stage, and just do the best you can, and don't wear on yourself very much, and just run it, just run it and go have fun. And that's kind of the mentality I had before this stage, and it made all the difference within myself because I wasn't trying to really reach an achievement or a mark per se, as far as finishing or placing or anything, which I didn't really have to begin with, to be honest with you, but there's a lot of good shooters on this particular squad, let alone in this match, so wasn't expecting to do super good, but your mindset has a lot to do with it is what I'm finding, at least for me personally. So I just ran this one, no expectations, and I had an absolute blast doing it. So let's take a look at this run. I kind of missed my reload cue that I had set up prior to the stage, and I ended up running the gun dry, so I had to do a standing reload, and for good measure I do another one after that one just to make sure I have enough to finish this out without doing another reload. So kind of a hiccup there, but here we go. Fun fact about the target I'm about to shoot, a lot of people had failure to engage. A lot of people just completely missed this target, like didn't even aim at it, missed it. So kudos to the stage designer on that one. Now if you caught that my foot was not in the box and it was touching the ground, when I fired a couple shots here, you would be absolutely correct. This is something that I really need to work on, is what I'm finding, is making sure I'm inside the fault line while shooting, and I really need to train that cue to not fire until I'm in the fault lines, or at least until my foot leaves the ground that is not in the designated shooting box or fault area. So something to really work on there for me. However, I did pick my foot up and racked off a few other rounds and ended up being quite a nice run, I think. For me personally, it was a great achievement. I was seeing my dot every single shot following up. I actually had makeups that I wasn't really consciously thinking about, so that's a huge plus. There were subconscious makeups there, and I was seeing the dot streak every shot. I was making sure that each shot was a separate cycle. So might have had some teething problems early on in this match, but I feel like the last stage redeemed me within myself and really taught me a lot. I'm going to play all the stages at the end here so you can kind of just see them without me pausing and talking. So here you go. Enjoy the stages. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.
Stand by.